Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hey, Tuesday. Gun. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Officially, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here now come the Falcons. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ryan. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 5. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Left. Hey, south. Gun. Get up. Let him go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And the pressure gets to him again. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Pass incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and it's 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Mike Davis, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken short. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The left side completion to Jones. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Ryan escaping the pressure right. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Hey, south.
On third down, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
11. There we go. 12. There we go.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Bobby Wagner in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Buying time to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Tyler Lockett, he's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 101 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility but he was happy to do so there.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Tuesday. On! There we go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. But with that incompletion, I want to take a look ahead to Sunday night, Charles. Packers-Patriots, only going to be the second all-time meeting between Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, they met in Lambeau in 2014. Aaron Rodgers' Packers team won the game, I believe, was it 26-21. And head-to-head, Tom Brady had a nice night, 245 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers, 368 and 2 touchdowns. I can't wait to see them go back and forth in this one. I hope it turns into that type of a shootout game where, you know, one team scores, here comes the other, and both of them have big, big games.
Do you think it's eating at Brady? I know he's had a lot of success, and he's never beaten Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know that it's eating at him, but he's the type of guy that is always looking for motivation, and at this stage of his career, he has to search to find it because he's done everything. Yeah, being down 1 to Aaron Rodgers, that'll be a motivator for him for Sunday.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Wilson on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards on the play. Back now here live in New Orleans. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll go again with McKissick, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Janikowski bangs it through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 30 yards there. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 44 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Here's Bosher to kick it away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
14.
Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Rocket. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
95. Check 50. Well. Got it. Look. Gotta go.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And Marshall's got it. And he'll go down, but not before.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. Why you was sleeping on me? I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
Renegade, renegade, renegade,
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a break light, and you can get it. In love with the stuff in your hitting them. hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it dropped, whole game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind.
Handle your business, handle your business.
Loyal and honor, don't break no bro codes. The more red rose, max with the rose gold. Whoever counted me out, they can't count. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax.
Relax, 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 relax. Oh! Relax, 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 relax. Oh! Relax, 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 relax. Oh! Relax, 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 relax. What?
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to ballin', I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my pants, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money, I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now, that's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow, that's a big, big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money, I must get this money. I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to ballin', I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam?
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Let's go. Back over. Right 90. Right 20.
Vic operating on first down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
They just get the play off. Now Vic. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Right 20.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Ed Reed showing us why he was so prolific at picking off passes. And doesn't just pick them off, partner. He returns them. Although not on that play, but he does have 2 of the longest pick sixes in NFL history.
Yeah, he had one for 106 yards. That was back in 2004. And then he topped that, broke his own record in 2008 with a 108-yard return. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Jump out! Right now, you got 58. Hey, where y'all going?
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
319. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26. Hey, Mike.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Now it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Zoom. 58. Jumbo. Hey, check 26.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. They go play action here on 1st down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Hey, check 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Jumbo! 319! Zoom. Right, left. Hey, where y'all going?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Jump out! Right, left. No. Where y'all going?
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Hey, where y'all going?
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd down, Vic. And his throw is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Eagle.
On 3rd down, Vic. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Zoom. 150.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tyreek Hill, an even 90 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And he puts it through. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Well, can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fends him off. Stepping up, he'll try and run. There he goes inside the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, gang? Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your...